What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Game On Improve Your Health podcast. My name is Austin J, or hallucinodream if you know me from the gaming community. And tonight I am being joined by my lovely wife and co-host, Christina. Thank you for joining us again, Christina.
You're so welcome.
Oh,
it's always a pleasure.
Our pleasure having you here. And tonight we are going to be talking about how to stay productive. You're throwing me off by looking up into the sky here.
The lighting was terrible.
Terrible.
Terrible, as your mother would say.
Anyways, we're talking about how to stay productive with your workouts in limited time. With limited time. Now, everybody in the world doesn't have any time for anything. So this is going to help a lot of people because if you talk to anybody, they have no minutes in the day to do anything else.
No time at all.
And that applies to everybody, including myself and Christina here. So.
Oh, yeah, he thinks he's like the busiest man alive, so.
I have so much to do all day, every day. I have zero, need more hours in the day, everybody says it as well. So hopefully some of the tips that we're about to bring to you can help you if you are, struggling to try to find time for your fitness journey, your workouts. So let's start with the female perspective. Yay! Female perspective. Christina, let's hear some things you do. Because you're limited in time. You have a full-time job. You're a mother of one beautiful young child that I created myself with no help. And you're going to school now, basically full-time. So you're
not
juggling
basically
a lot.
full-time.
Yeah, basically, comma full-time.
Yeah.
Anyways, what kind of stuff do you do? How do you manage time to be able to fit workouts in?
Well, I think my biggest, thing is I personally, I always go back to a calendar and a schedule, but really just and I think we might have touched on this on one of our other podcasts, but we made the commitment of doing a 31-day running challenge. So, again, not suggesting a 31-day running challenge for somebody that's never ran before, but so we made that commitment to ourselves. In January, we did it with a group of people, and we always complained before that, all throughout the holidays, we were like, our workout routine's been slacking a little bit, we don't have the time, blah, 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 we made every excuse, but then magically, all of those excuses went away in January after we made our goal, right? So I really think it's what helped me so much is making a goal, making it public, doing it with a group of friends.
Virtually.
Yes, virtually.
We didn't run with these people.
Yeah, we didn't run with these people. We just ran. We just ran with ourselves. But we magically found the time, And so the thing was, at least 1 mile every day. If you're slow, like myself, it's 15 minutes. I don't run a 15-minute mile, but you get the point. It's 15 minutes at the most to do 1 mile every day. So think about how that can translate into your workouts, right? You can do a 15-minute HIIT workout. Everybody has 15 minutes. If you want to do it, you will make the time.
Yeah,
There's my spiel.
So people want to do it, but they don't have time. That's what we're trying to help. Now, setting goals, like she just explained, is a very good idea. Now, if you are just starting out and just beginning and you're still trying to find the time, don't set yourself a 30-day, every single day goal. That's going to burn you out, especially if you're brand new. Also, if you set a goal where you do 2 or 3 times a week and you do just a mile walking goal, or you set a time-based, you can walk. You don't have to run, especially if you haven't started running. You got to work towards that, okay? Then you can start periodically adding in, let's say after week 2. So you're on week 2.5. And then you can start adding maybe like a quarter-mile jog, right? A slow jog at the end or at the beginning, and then finish with the walk to cool down. Small steps, especially if you haven't worked out before.
Yep. I don't know. I just always tell people 15 minutes. You can get a good workout in 15 minutes, especially when you're beginners. You don't need to go on these 45-minute, hour-long workouts. You can get a good, productive workout in 15 minutes. Follow a program. My biggest time waster, I feel like a lot of times if we, when we would go to the gym or even at home, is I have no idea what I'm doing. I have no plan. I have like no whatever. I'm just diddling around at the gym like, what machine do I want to do today? Or what do I want to run? Do I not want to run? You know, so kind of having an idea or following a program helps me. Because then it's like, okay, today is leg day or today is back and by. So I kind of like, I have an idea of what workouts I need to do to accomplish that. So it's easier for me to say like 15 minutes, that's all I got today, or 20 minutes. What are some quick, easy workouts for me to do?
Yeah, so there are, that's another thing that people might have. So they don't have any time, and because they don't have any time, they don't have time to look up workouts or figure out how to do workouts. And going to the gym is intimidating, especially if you haven't gone before. Even if you're a couple months in, people might be intimidated. And if you don't 100% know exactly what you want to do or how to work out specific body parts, it's even more intimidating because you're looking at all these machines. Maybe you don't fully understand even just the pictures that they do. Some of the pictures are ridiculous. And, maybe you're just not at the point where you feel comfortable asking somebody for help, which you should. We went over this in another episode as well. Majority of the time, people are going to, I think we went over this.
Yes,
people are going to, they're going to help you out.
Yes, and we said, like, don't approach them weirdly at the gym. Don't just be like, nice butt, what do you do to work on it? Just like say, hey, I noticed
situationally
you were...
that might work. To be honest, it depends on if the guy's looking at himself, let's say it's a guy.
That's true.
And he's really just looking at himself in the mirror and admiring it. Anyways, we got off track. That's the time to do it. But, so what we're trying to say now we're talking on the program as well. If you need a program or you need some help, we have a beginner's program on One Punch, the website. If you're watching live or on YouTube, it's over here on the left, onepunch.net. It's right there on the homepage. It was just recently added. You can click on that link. It'll give you all the information you need. It's through a mobile app. Everybody has a mobile phone, right? It's a smart app, interactive. You can get a hold of the trainer. I'm the trainer. You can talk directly to me. It has video instructions, and it's laid out for you. So Tuesdays and Thursdays or whatever it may be, or Mondays and Thursdays, you do the workouts, and then there's it tells you how to do the workouts, video instructions, and word instructions. And if you still have questions, you can contact me directly, or we can video conference that was just added so that I could see form on what you're doing. So if you are struggling and you need some help, reach out to us. We would love to help. But if you don't want to do that, or you're not in the place to hire a personal trainer or get on an actual program, go to YouTube or go to Google and type in 15-minute HIIT workout, right? Like Christina said. Do that, even if you start by doing it twice a week. Schedule that you want to do it twice a week. Go on to YouTube, 15-minute body weight HIIT workout. Make sure you put body weight, or it's going to have a bunch of different stuff.
Yeah.
And start with body weight workouts. Somebody will go through the whole HIIT. There's probably millions of them on YouTube right now where they go over all of the stuff you need to do to make that 15-minute HIIT workout, 15-minute HIIT workout, right? Mm-hmm. So you can do that, or you can Google it. It's easier to watch a video because then they're actually showing you what they're doing as well. So I'd probably go that route. That's what I'd probably most recommend. Mm-hmm. Then the websites would be shortly following, and then just add it into your day. Let's say Tuesday and Thursday let's say you have an hour lunch break, but you never really use it. You just use social media. A lot of people run. A lot of people do go to the gym during their lunch break. So
it's an hour lunch break.
There's a lot of people. Nice. You'd be surprised. You don't get lunch breaks, so you wouldn't know.
I know.
It's actually required by the state and the country to take lunch.
It's offered. Anyway.
No, it's required. Anyways, I know my laws. I know my lunch laws. Trust me. I know my lunch laws. Trust me.
Oh, anyways. Man, you're going to sue me for not ever giving you a lunch, huh?
That's right.
Damn.
That's right. So I expect payment in my bank account by the end of tonight. So now that I lost my train of thought, great, perfect. Where were we?
Just incorporate it, throughout your day. So,
yeah, you can do lunch break
if I'm at
work,
I will try to. I have a desk bike. If you're somebody that's working from home, and you're like, man, I really want to do something. A desk bike is like $100. It is not that expensive.
Sometimes you can get your employer, if you're still working at the office. Sometimes you can get the employer to do it because it's a health benefit. It actually will.
Exactly.
My employer
paid for my bike.
Scientifically proven that it boosts productivity because there's a lot of scientific reasons behind all that. I'm not even going to get into because that's not pointing out the. Yep. But if you pull up some of those articles and you show them, I'm pointing. If you can't see me on the podcast, they'll probably give in.
Yeah. So I try to get some workout in during work. So even if it's just like taking 15 minutes, like no, like you said, I don't take a traditional lunch break, but I will take like a few minute breaks here and there because I mean it is better and you do become more productive if you do that. So sometimes we'll just do planks. Like literally people in the office will just plank and we'll see how long people can plank. Or we'll do wall sits. See how long people can do wall sits for. So, get your team involved. And just kind of start trying to break it up a little bit. So you don't have to do it in a 30-40 minute chunk daily. You can do it in 15 minutes. You can do one 15-minute workout for the day. That's fine. You can do a 5-minute, a 5-minute, 5-minute. I know he does that. I mean, he's at home with the baby all day. So, it really depends on what her mood is like on how long he can able to work out. But even the best baby doesn't want to work out for 45 minutes, like even if you have a great baby.
If it's the best baby, probably gonna work out for 45 minutes. No, she's right. So I split mine in. I'm gonna backtrack for a second and still comment. Christina got some weights for work as well. It was like $30 or $40, and you get all the way up to 8 pounds. It's 8, 4, like 3, and 2, whatever.
Yeah, it's like 2, 5, and 8. I think is what I got, or 3, 5, and 8, something like that.
But there's hundreds of those online too. You can order one of those, bring it to your place of work, or just put it in your kitchen, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you are a stay-at-home mom like myself, I put it in my kitchen, and I did that once actually. I brought stuff up, so now we're gonna jump forward. I brought all this stuff up because I was too hard to bring the stuff or bring the baby downstairs.
Bring the thing downstairs.
To bring the baby downstairs, and so I brought the stuff up to the kitchen, and I just fed her snacks and let her watch some TV while I was doing the workouts right there on the floor. Now the kitchen floor is pretty hard, but I brought a mat up so that it's like a yoga mat. It wasn't the softest thing, but I still did it. So I worked around my schedule, and my schedule is the baby schedule. So I worked around the baby schedule to be able to get the workout. And another example is today usually I do 3, but I do 4 now with her because it's just easier that way for me to remember. So I just do 2 sets in the morning with her, and then we'll hang out, we'll play, and we'll do all this stuff. She plays while we're down there too. I just got to monitor what she's doing so she doesn't eat everything on the floor.
Yes.
And then we'll go around, we'll play.
Or she likes the treadmill.
Yeah, she likes which is good. She likes the treadmill. We don't like the treadmill, but she does, so that's good. And then, I stay down there for about 15, 20 minutes, depending on her mood, is how long I'll stay down there, and I'll do my 2 unless I finish faster. And sometimes it gets cut short because she's just cranky. Sometimes she's cranky.
She's like a lunk, and she just like starts yelling and throwing weights around. So
she does. She actually does. She does duplicate me now. It's very amusing and adorable. Where she picks up the weight and she'll put it out in front of her, and she goes, ah, because sometimes I do the whole lunk thing too, which is hilarious. I got it on video. I couldn't believe I got it on video. It was very, very funny. But so
sometimes she's a lunk and gets destructive and doesn't want to be a team player at the gym anymore. So then he has to bring her upstairs. So really just trying to do short, attainable workouts is always a good process when you are a little short on time. Or even sometimes I find like I might have the time, I just don't feel like it, right? Like like you said, we have a kid, I have a full-time job, and I am in school full-time. Basically in school full-time, whatever the heck that means. And I just sometimes want to watch Hallmark movies. Like, I don't want to work out. Like, I just had a long day, right? So, during commercials, I'll work out. If you're just doing body weight workouts, like, I'll bring up resistance bands, and I just do my resistance band workout, or just body weight workouts, like, during commercials. Like, first of all, I mean, I try to record stuff to watch, but if you don't, like, who just wants to sit there during a commercial? So for me, it helps the commercial go by faster. And then it also is like I'm getting the best of both worlds. So I'm working out and then I'm still getting to kind of like mentally decompress from the day, and then I feel like I got to do something that I wanted to do instead of just working, going to school, and then going to work out, because like that, all of those things to me sound like they suck, you know? So
Yeah, doing workouts in between, that's a good example. In between, because a lot of people watch TV, even if you're watching the news.
Right.
A lot of people watch TV or they browse social media, and they browse social media on their phones while they're doing it, or they have their phones, they're doing something very not productive for the most part.
And chances are you're in a living room that has a floor. Most of the time, you're in a room that has a floor.
I would hope that you have a floor throughout your whole house at some point in your house, right?
You can do planks. You can do push-ups. You can do squats.
You can do jumping jacks. You can do
jumping
burpees.
jacks.
You can do lunges. There's a lot of...
These are things. Now, keep in mind, if you have an apartment and you're on the second floor, probably
make sure your jumping jacks are really loud.
Yeah, probably don't want to do burpees.
It depends on your neighbors.
And at like 9 o'clock at night.
Don't upset your neighbors. It's a bad idea.
But yeah, like you can do so many things. So you can get a full body workout in the middle of a TV show. Also, I mean, I would imagine I don't play games. I don't game, but I would imagine there's breaks in games, right? So maybe after you finish a round, like, so say you're a big gamer and you play all day, or I don't know.
She's probably played 3 video games in her life, which is incredibly... It's amusing watching her jump into the video games. Continue.
Yeah. Anyway, so I would imagine there's rounds, right? So, after you do a round, do some squats. Or, do something, right?
You can do some squats,
everything,
lunges. You can do anything.
Anything that you were doing if you were watching TV, right? So... even if it's, I don't know how long are the breaks?
Well, it depends on the game and what you're doing. I mean, you can make the break as long as you want. Let's say you end a game. Let's say you play a half an hour game, right? Mm-hmm. And you play 3 or 4 a night. That's what I do, right? Theoretically, when I have more space, I could and will do some workouts in between. Because I stream myself, I'm going to set myself some goals where I'm going to make it interesting. So I'm going to, at the end of the game, this is a little game you can play with yourself or your friends, because everybody generally plays with their friends too, right? Where at the end of the game, whoever has the, let's say you're playing a shooter game, right? Or a basketball game. Whoever has the least amount of points in a basketball game, or whoever has the least amount of kills in a shooter game has to do 10 squats, right? Air squats. Great idea. At the end of the game. And then you just have a little friendly competition. Friendly competition is very good.
Yeah.
Or you can do it in between. There are rounds, there are halves, which give you, you can see how many you can do within reason. Obviously, if you get late to the game, your team's probably going to be upset about it. But see how many push-ups you can do in that little time in between the halves.
Yep.
A lot of games have half time. Now, if you do an RPG game and whatnot, that's gonna be a little. You're gonna have to work that in. I'm not a huge player of that. Christina most certainly is not a player of those. She's gonna start with horror games. It's gonna be awesome.
Oh my gosh.
There's some scared.
No
there's some
way.
Scary games we're gonna give her, and it's gonna be awesome. Anyways.
No.
What also is amazing with doing this in between games is that it starts getting your blood pumping and your heart going, right? Not overly working. It's just getting it working, which feeds blood and oxygen to your brain, which increases cognitive performance. So let's say you're playing a game that requires you to think quick, and let's say you're starting to get tired. Get up and do some squats. It'll benefit you for that too. Do some jumping jacks, do some lunges, get that blood pumping. Maybe you'll feel better. When I start to lose my what's the word people say? When I start to lose my anyways,
whatever it is that you can't think.
There's a word I'm trying to think of, but when I start playing poorly because I'm getting tired and I feel it, I get up. Even if I have to go to the bathroom, I tell people I'm getting up, I'm going to the bathroom, and I will get down. I'll go down to the bathroom and just stretch a little bit, get my blood pumping. Sometimes I'll do squats in the bathroom just to get my blood pumping, and then I'll go back upstairs. Generally, I feel better that I just even got up and went around and moved.
Yep. Speaking
of that, one thing you can do anywhere, so let's say you really don't have any time and you have a really pressing job and a really pressing family like me, I hound my wife all the time to make sure she does everything.
Yep.
And no, that's not true. But let's just say you don't have very much time. If you work at a building that has stairs and an elevator, take the stairs.
Yep.
Right? Park a little further away. Maybe you try to park as close as possible. Now, obviously, this is weather permitting, right?
Mm-hmm.
Park a little further away and walk a little further to your car, to your work, and then a little further out of the building. Now you're walking a little more than you usually do to and from work. And if you don't have any time during the workday or when you get home, there was at least that walking session you had from your car to your work and your work to your car. So, I mean, there's many little things you can do during the day that will add up. And if you think that if you're in a mindset where it's like, oh, I don't have any time, and even if I have time, oh, I only have 15 minutes a day, I can't really be productive in 15 minutes a day. That's not true. And there's a lot you can do. I mean, you really could just do, if you think about it, if you're not doing anything one week and then the next week you do 5 minutes a day, I mean, you've done, what's 5 times 7? That's a lot. It's like 614. That's like 614 minutes of activity more than you did the week before. So think about it. It's 35 minutes, right?
Yep.
So don't think you can't. People need to drop the negative mindset where they say, oh, 15 minutes isn't enough. 5 minutes isn't enough. This isn't enough.
Better than what you were doing before.
It's better than what you were doing before. So.
Yeah. And then it just sets you on, on a path where, like, if you're doing 15 minutes during the work day, during the work week, but then now you've started it and it's become a lot easier. So then maybe on the weekends, then you want to stretch it to a half an hour, right? So it just starts to, like, give you the building blocks.
It's habit change.
Yeah. Exactly.
You want to create good habits. Now, we did she referenced earlier that we did the 31-day challenge virtually with all of our friends who weren't my friends or her friends, but I still joined in because she told me I had to.
Yep.
Which was good because I'm now 41 days in. I told her I was still going to do it, and
I stopped, but
well,
I know.
Tomato.
Yep.
And
but no, it was the push that he needed, so like but it goes again towards our goals, right? So like my goal is to not, like, I don't need to be in running shape for my particular goals.
Yeah, there's really no reason for you to run
every single day.
Like,
there was really no reason for me to run every single day. Now, has it given me the motivation to, like, still put running in my routine? Absolutely. Like, after being pregnant, like, that messes you up on your running routine. At least it did for me. But, like, for you, that goes hand in hand with what his goals are. So it makes sense that jump started his...
That sounds right.
Yeah. his running goals again. So, it really just is, depends on your goal, but, using these challenges, can help jumpstart. I've been trying to do, we're doing a squat challenge, so I've been doing squats every day. I mostly do mine at work, because it's easy. I can do it anywhere. Sometimes I'll substitute it. We'll do like a wall sit instead of our 50 squats or something, but this is something that I can do every day at work. And it just hasn't, I'm doing something every day. So it's just inspired me to kind of keep this trend of picking something, that we do every month. So.
How many squats did you do today?
I didn't do mine today.
Interesting. I did 32 if you were wondering, weighted.
Nice.
Just wanted to throw that out there.
I was probably just going to do wall sits since it's like so late.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, so those are, that's just a bunch of stuff. The first thing is you have to keep that positive mindset.
Yep.
You have to say to yourself 5 minutes is better than 0.
Yep.
Because everything is better than 0. Even if you start your workout, let's say you want to aim for 15 minutes and it gets cut short to only 5 or 7. Just take it for what it is. You got 7 minutes in, right? I know I'm not going to lose progress. Just if I go to do my 2 sets and I can only do 1.5 and I miss a couple of the extra workouts, and that's all I do in the day. I don't even get down to the second session because I do that every single day with the daughter now, because she is just not in a happy mood. She has 1.5 million teeth coming in. It's like she's a shark at this point, and she's just grumpy sometimes because those teeth, I'm sure, hurt. Mm-hmm. So if I can't work out, I can't work out. It is what it is. I'm not really gonna lose progress, right? But I did get something in.
Yep.
And if she really, speaking of squats, she really does enjoy me like squatting and holding her, throwing her up.
Squat with her.
Yeah. And then, pretending like, lifting her up in the air for those who can't see. But she does love that. So I could just do squats with her. And it works with my upper extremity as well. So it's kind of like a win-win.
Yep.
Do that
and
a
you
lot.
can do those throughout the day. She's happy, you're happy, and it's...
Yes, now that I think about it, I probably have been doing about 200 squats a day. So I'm going to be that guy looking at my butt in the gym. So if you want to ask me how I work it out, baby.
Yeah, just have a baby so you can squat with them.
Would be, if somebody told you that's bad advice. Just want to throw out there. Probably not the best advice. I mean, you can certainly have a baby, just don't have a baby solely for the purpose of working out.
Yeah, you're like, well, I'm trying to get a big butt. So.
Yeah. That would not go over well, I'm sure.
My butt actually did get pretty big because I had a baby, so it might work.
Totally irrelevant and slightly off topic, but so those are some things you can do to help your workout and to stay on track with your workout on limited time. Everybody's busy. Everybody has a lot going on. I mean, that's just today's day and age. It is what it is. But there's ways around, not being able to do it. There's ways to be able to do it. So just gotta try to plan it in. Keep that positive mindset. Just try not to let any negativity in because that'll derail your journey.
Yep.
And just keep forging forward. If you miss a day, you miss a day. It's not a big deal. Just continue with the rest. Also, start slow. Don't go from 0 to 100. Don't go from 0 days to every single day.
Yep.
Start with a couple days. And with that, I think we're gonna wrap the podcast up, right?
Mhm. I think so.
We're gonna close this episode out. I'm gonna say again, go to onepunch.net. The link is right on the homepage if you're interested in personal training. It's great for beginners. It's great for gamers to help improve their gaming performance.
Gamers. You said that's so weird.
It's helpful for the gamers if you're trying to increase your gaming performance. But not only gamers, just everybody in general. Anybody who is beginning, doesn't know how to work out, hasn't worked out before, doesn't know where to start, or anybody transitioning from maybe they have been a long time gym goer and now they don't know where to start at home. It's good for those people as well. So you can go there, get details. All the details are there. There's a start date on there as well. And then you can find all my you can contact us there. You can find all my information, all One Punch's information, over here on the left. If you're watching live, left is over there. So if you're watching live on Twitch or YouTube, and in the description, if you're listening to the podcast platform, all of my information is... I'm Austin J or hallucinodream. I go by hallucinodream. That's all in the description as well. And over here is my lovely wife. She has yet to determine her gamer tag, so we're working on that. We're
working on it.
I think we have them picked out. And her links will be in the description when that comes in about 6 years. So with that, we hope to see you guys next week. Next week is going to be pushed back, not on a Wednesday. It's going to be a Thursday, probably at 9:30, right?
7:30.
7:30, okay. So Thursday, the 18th of February, at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, is when we're going to do the follow-up and question and answer to this podcast. Anybody who has questions about anything we said, be sure to message us on any of our social medias on the website. Send us an email, send us DMs, send us messages. We will answer them on the next podcast. And thanks for everybody who has tuned in and listened. And see you guys next time.
Bye.